I'm Dennis Slamon. I'm a professor of medicine here at UCLA, and the company I'm associated with is TORL Biotherapeutics and 1200 Pharma. Well, TORL's unique. TORL's unique, and it's a structure that came out of the university, and the university still is an integral part of TORL. So the university is in part a founder of the company. It's not just the IP that got licensed to some outside company, where we built outside laboratories, hired outside investigators, and did anything with a full outside the university core. Instead, it's something that's embedded within the university. The company and the investors in the company fund research in the university with the ability to have that move into the company should it look promising. Believe it or not, it sounds simple, but that's a unique construct. And it's particularly unique for a public university, which UCLA is. But that went all the way up to the office of the president, and it was green-lighted by the regents, and the president at the time was Janet Napolitano, and she saw this as a potential opportunity for funds for the university system, and it's something I think that can be replicated. TORL decided it would take a crack at going after things that were considered to be unmet medical needs in the oncology space, cancer. The idea was to identify new targets, validate those targets as something that are important in diseases where we're not doing so well with our best available standard therapies, and see if we can bring new therapies forward. Use the model systems that we built up over several years, over actually a couple of decades now. Use the knowledge base that we have with taking care of patients and having patient tissues that from these different cancers, as well as the model systems that will allow us to interrogate those cancers, bringing the scientists and the clinicians together to tackle these unmet medical needs and clinical problems. That was sort of the concept in general terms behind TORL. And one of the first diseases we've taken on is ovarian cancer. We're treating it largely the same way we treated it almost 4.5, 5 decades ago, with major surgery followed by chemotherapy, followed by observation and watching, and unfortunately, a significant percentage, well over 60 to 75% of the patients will have recurrences and ultimately succumb to the disease. So we can do better. We have a unique target that it's now publicly known. It's called Claudin-6. We've got an antibody that's been developed against that protein that is expressed on the surface of ovarian cancer cells in about 50% of the cases. And we're now deploying that antibody to see what impact it'll have in the clinic. We are doing safety studies. We're seeing that it's safe for patients and what dose we will be taking forward into what would be called registration trials or larger trials. And what's been exciting is even at the lowest doses, we're seeing results. We're seeing responses, and the safety profile looks extremely positive. All this has really been a driver for the lead compound for TORL. Right behind that, we have an asset that's looking at pancreatic cancer, which is another huge unmet medical need. With our current standard therapies, patients do not do well long-term. So we've identified another protein that we're chasing there. There's competition in that one, but I think we're in a good position to move our things forward. And then we have a whole suite of another 6 assets right behind that are unique targets on other diseases like liver cancer, non-small cell lung cancer, small cell cancer, and colorectal cancer, all of which are important areas to do better in. And that's what is happening inside TORL right now.